Full House, 1987 to 1995, brought joy to millions with its heartwarming tales of family and friendship, making it one of the most cherished sitcoms of its time. But now, 38 years later, have you ever wondered what happened to the cast who made the Tanner family so iconic? In this video, we'll take a journey through the lives of the Full House stars in 2025, exploring their careers, personal milestones, and how they've changed since the show ended. Join us as we reunite with the cast and discover where they are now. Bob Saget portrayed Danny Tanner in Full House starting in 1987 at the age of 31. Danny Tanner, the devoted and meticulous father, was a model of love and stability to his 3 daughters. Yet Saget's real life was marred by personal tragedies. He was deeply affected by the death of his sister, Gay, from a brain aneurysm in 1985, which took a significant toll on his mental health. His marriage to Sherry Kramer lasted from 1982 to 1997 but ended in divorce after years of emotional strain, with Saget's growing fame and family responsibilities contributing to the breakdown. Though he was a beloved figure on screen, his personal struggles, including battling depression, isolation, and guilt, took a heavy toll. He never truly recovered from his sister's death or the emotional weight of his divorce. Tragically, Saget passed away on January 9, 2022, at the age of 65 from head trauma after a fall in his hotel room. Richard Paul played Mr. Strobridge in Full House starting in 1988, at the age of 48. Mr. Strobridge was a quirky, no-nonsense television station manager who often provided comic relief through his eccentric and strict personality. Although Richard's character was memorable, his personal life was riddled with hardships. Despite his on-screen success, he struggled with the loneliness of losing close family members and facing isolation. He also battled his own health issues, and his life took a tragic turn when he was diagnosed with cancer. Despite his best efforts to continue with his work, the disease slowly took its toll, and Richard Paul passed away on December 25, 1998, at the age of 58. His death was a heartbreaking reminder of the frailty of life, as he left behind an unfinished career and a personal life marked by unspoken grief and loss. Ivon Wilder, who played Irene Katsopoulos starting in 1988 at the age of 51, portrayed a sweet, nurturing grandmother with endless love for her family. Despite this warmth on screen, Wilder's personal life was marked by hardship. She experienced a difficult divorce, and her decision not to have children left her with a profound sense of regret. Wilder's later years were filled with loneliness, as she struggled to cope with feelings of isolation. Her career, though notable for Full House, never reached the heights she had hoped for, and she found herself in a cycle of depression. Though she provided comfort and care to her TV family, her personal life was far from fulfilling. She passed away on November 24, 2021, at the age of 84 from undisclosed causes. Her death left many fans saddened, but her life's quiet sadness revealed the contrasts between the warmth she portrayed on screen and the struggles she faced in her personal life. John Aprea, who began playing Nick Katsopoulos in Full House in 1988 at the age of 47, was the charming, often misguided grandfather of the Katsopoulos family. On screen, Nick was the easygoing, lovable patriarch, but Aprea's real-life journey was marked by heartache. His marriage ended in divorce after years of emotional turbulence, a painful event that affected him deeply. As his career slowed down, Aprea struggled to find stability both professionally and personally. His finances became strained, and his mental health took a downward turn, with years of loneliness and depression becoming a dominant theme in his life. Despite his success in the role of Nick, Aprea's personal life seemed to be in a constant state of turmoil, marked by the emotional scars of his divorce and the fading of his acting career. He passed away on August 5, 2024, at the age of 83, with the cause of death still undisclosed. Marsha Wallace joined Full House in 1993 at the age of 51, portraying the lively and gossip-filled Mrs. Carruthers, a neighbor who added humor and energy to the series. While her role on the show was beloved, Marsha's personal life was anything but easy. She endured the pain of multiple failed marriages, emotional struggles, and a series of relationships that never brought her the happiness she had hoped for. Behind the laughter and charm, Marsha faced profound loneliness and personal turmoil. In her later years, she was diagnosed with pneumonia, which led to her rapid decline in health. On October 25, 2013, Marsha passed away at the age of 70, leaving behind a legacy of laughter that was shadowed by the heartache of her personal battles. Her passing was a deeply sorrowful moment, as fans and family mourned the woman who had given so much joy to the world while enduring her own quiet suffering. Luis Avalos played Mr. Santana starting in 1989, at the age of 43. Mr. Santana was the caring, supportive teacher who made a lasting impact on his students, providing encouragement and guidance when needed. However, Avalos's personal life was far from the warmth of the character he portrayed. Despite achieving recognition for his role, his own life was filled with struggles. He was married twice, but both marriages ended in painful divorces, and he often found himself emotionally isolated. His career, though successful, did not bring him the fulfillment he had hoped for, leaving him with a sense of regret and disappointment. He also battled depression, which worsened as he faced increasing personal challenges. In his later years, his health deteriorated, and he became distant from his family, adding to the loneliness he already felt. On January 22, 2014, Luis Avalos passed away from heart failure at the age of 67. His death marked the end of a tragic life, one filled with unspoken sadness, which contrasted sharply with the uplifting character he played on screen. James Hampton played Mr. Malatesta on Full House starting in 1989, at the age of 53. His portrayal of the kind-hearted but bumbling character provided a warm and humorous contrast to the show's often hectic family dynamic. However, in real life, James faced a series of personal struggles that would overshadow his career achievements. His relationships were fraught with difficulties, and he found little stability in his personal life. As he grew older, James was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, which progressively weakened his body and affected his quality of life. Despite his long career, the disease proved to be an unrelenting challenge. James passed away on April 7, 2021, at the age of 84, after battling the complications of Parkinson's for several years. His death marked the end of a remarkable, yet painful, life, as his battle with the disease was a stark reminder of the personal struggles that often go unnoticed behind the public persona. Lois Nettleton played Nedra Donaldson starting in 1991, when she was 64 years old. Nedra was a warm, nurturing grandmother who always knew how to offer comforting words and support, a role that made her beloved by audiences. However, Nettleton's personal life was filled with its own pain. She had been married for many years, but her marriage ended in divorce, and her relationship with her children became increasingly strained over the years. Despite a successful career, she struggled with loneliness and found it difficult to maintain strong family connections. In her later years, Nettleton faced the heartbreaking challenge of battling lung cancer. She fought bravely, but her health deteriorated, and her final years were marked by quiet suffering. On January 18, 2008, at the age of 80, Nettleton passed away due to complications from the disease. Jack Crushen played Iorgos Papoulis Katsopoulos starting in 1990, at the age of 68. Papoulis was a warm and gentle grandfather, always imparting wisdom and sharing his deep love for his Greek roots with his family. Though his role was filled with humor and heartfelt moments, Crushen's personal life held shadows. After years of a successful career, his life took a dark turn when he lost his wife to a long and painful illness. The heartbreak of this loss left him devastated, and he often struggled with loneliness and the passage of time. Despite his years in Hollywood, Crushen's life was not without difficulty, and his later years were marked by health problems. His body began to fail him, and his health deteriorated rapidly in his final years. The actor passed away on April 2, 2002, at the age of 80 due to natural causes, quietly leaving behind a legacy in the entertainment industry. Michelle Nicastro played Roxana in one episode in 1987, at the age of 27. Roxana was a lively and energetic character who brought an infectious energy to the show. However, Nicastro's own life was filled with painful ironies. Despite her vibrant on-screen presence, she faced many quiet battles in her personal life. Nicastro was a talented actress with a promising future, but she found herself trapped in a cycle of broken relationships. Her first marriage ended abruptly, leaving her heartbroken, and she struggled to maintain any lasting sense of stability in her personal life. Her career, which began with great promise, was sidelined as she fought with health issues that eventually overshadowed her professional endeavors. Tragically, on November 4, 2010, at the age of 50, Nicastro succumbed to cancer, a disease that had ravaged her body in its final stages. Her death was a devastating loss to the entertainment world, and it highlighted the brutal reality of how quickly life can change, even for those who seem destined for greatness. Andre Rosie Brown played Bodyguard starting in 1993, at the age of 37. The bodyguard was a towering figure, providing protection and strength to the people he cared about, yet Brown's own life was marred by silent struggles that few knew of. Though known for his imposing figure and tough persona, Brown faced deep personal anguish, including a number of broken relationships that left him emotionally scarred. He experienced long bouts of depression, which he battled in private, all while maintaining his image as a strong and steady figure on screen. Despite his outward confidence, his life was tainted by personal grief, compounded by the untimely death of his mother, a loss that never truly healed. His struggles with addiction further clouded his career and personal life, leaving him isolated. In a tragic twist of fate, Brown's life was cut short by a sudden illness. He passed away on July 18, 2006, at the age of 50. Phyllis Diller played herself in Full House in 1988 at the age of 71. Known for her sharp wit and zany comedic style, Phyllis brought a unique energy to the show, often making audiences laugh with her self-deprecating humor and eccentric appearance. However, her personal life was filled with challenges. Diller endured a tumultuous marriage to her first husband, Sherwood Diller, which ended in a painful divorce in 1965, leaving her to raise 3 children alone. Despite her successful career in comedy, she struggled with depression and loneliness, often speaking about her battles with self-doubt. In her later years, Diller faced declining health, and her relationships with her children were strained. She passed away on August 20, 2012, at the age of 95 due to natural causes. Though she left behind a legacy of laughter, her life was also a reminder of the emotional hardships she faced despite her public persona. Carl Wilson appeared as himself in Full House in 1988 at the age of 42. As a member of the Beach Boys, Wilson brought his musical talents and laid-back charm to the show, adding a touch of rock and roll nostalgia. However, his real life was overshadowed by personal struggles. Despite his fame, Wilson faced depression and addiction, which deeply affected his relationships, including his second marriage to Gina Martin. His health deteriorated after he was diagnosed with lung cancer in 1997, and his battle with the disease was both physically and emotionally draining. Despite efforts to fight the illness, Wilson passed away on February 6, 1998, at the age of 51. His death from lung cancer was a tragic end to a life filled with both musical success and personal turmoil, leaving fans to remember him for his contributions to music and his deeply human struggles. Eddie Barth played Lou in Full House in 1987 at the age of 56. Lou was a tough, no-nonsense character who added a touch of realism to the show, but behind the scenes, Barth's life was far from easy. His personal life was marked by multiple failed marriages and emotional struggles, leaving him to contend with the pain of unfulfilled relationships. Barth's career was steady, but he never quite reached the success he had hoped for, which led to feelings of frustration and disappointment. As he aged, Barth's health began to decline, and he struggled with heart issues. His personal demons and health complications culminated in his passing on May 28, 2010, at the age of 78 due to heart failure. Barth's life, marked by the weight of unrealized dreams and unresolved pain, ended quietly, but his role as Lou remains a small but significant part of Full House's history. Doris Roberts played Claire Tanner in Full House in 1989 at the age of 64. Claire was a sweet and supportive grandmother, always ready to offer a kind word and comfort to her family. While Doris had a prolific career in television, including notable roles in Everybody Loves Raymond, her personal life was filled with sorrow. She went through 2 divorces, facing the pain of unfulfilled love and personal struggles. Despite the outward success, Doris battled with feelings of loneliness, especially later in life. Her health declined, and she passed away from a stroke on April 17, 2016, at the age of 90. Doris' death marked the end of a long and successful career, but her personal battles, hidden from the public eye, made her life story bittersweet, revealing the contrast between the love she gave on screen and the challenges she faced off screen. John Stamos played Jesse Katsopoulos in Full House starting in 1987 at the age of 24. Jesse was the cool, music-loving, and charming uncle, loved by everyone for his rebellious yet loving nature. John's career skyrocketed, but his personal life told a different story. His first marriage to Rebecca Romaine ended in divorce, and though he later married Caitlin McHugh, he continued to face struggles with loneliness and a sense of not having a complete family. John often expressed feeling like something was missing, despite the fame and adoration he received. As of 2025, John is 61 years old and still active in the entertainment industry, appearing in Fuller House and other roles. While he has managed to build a successful career, his life has been marked by a continuous longing for deeper personal happiness, making his public image of confidence a stark contrast to the emotional turmoil he has endured behind closed doors. Candace CameronBeret played DJ Tanner starting in 1987, at the age of 11. DJ was the responsible and caring eldest daughter, often taking on a motherly role to her younger sisters. Off-screen, Candace's early years were shaped by the intense pressures of fame. After marrying former NHL player Valeri Bure in 1996, their relationship faced significant challenges, particularly balancing Candace's growing career and family life. Despite their 3 children, their marriage went through difficult phases, including a brief separation. Overcoming a personal crisis involving a sense of disconnect from her career, Candace found solace in her strong Christian faith, but the toll of her public life remained. At 48, she continues to work in the industry but keeps a low profile, choosing to focus on family and her faith while attempting to maintain a healthy distance from the spotlight that once overwhelmed her. Dave Coulier portrayed Joey Gladstone starting in 1987 at the age of 28. Joey was the goofy, fun-loving best friend who lightened the mood with his humor and impersonations. While Dave found success with Full House, his personal life was troubled. His highly publicized breakup with Alanis Morissette, which became the inspiration for her emotional album Jagged Little Pill, left him deeply hurt. Throughout his life, Dave struggled with emotional pain and loneliness, despite his successful career. Though he continued to work in television, his career never reached the same heights again, and his personal struggles with love and relationships continued to haunt him. As of 2025, Dave is 65 years old, still performing in various entertainment roles, but his life has been a complex blend of public laughter and personal sorrow, with much of his inner turmoil hidden behind the comedic facade he has long been known for. Mary-Kate Olsen played Michelle Tanner starting in 1987, at the age of 1. Michelle was the youngest and most adorable Tanner daughter, known for her mischievous yet endearing antics. However, Mary-Kate's personal life was often overshadowed by the intense pressures of fame from a young age. Along with her twin sister Ashley, she became a household name, but this fame brought with it the burden of perfection. Mary-Kate struggled with an eating disorder during her teenage years, a battle exacerbated by the relentless spotlight. She married French banker Olivier Sarkozy in 2015, but their relationship was fraught with difficulties, culminating in a bitter divorce in 2020. At 38, Mary-Kate has stepped away from acting, focusing on her successful fashion career, but the emotional scars of her public struggles, including her difficult childhood and troubled marriage, still impact her life. Jody Swen played Stephanie Tanner starting in 1987, at the age of 5. Stephanie was known for her witty remarks and vibrant personality, but Jody's life was far more complicated. As she grew older, the pressures of fame led to struggles with substance abuse, and she faced personal turmoil in her marriages. Her first marriage to Sean Holguin ended in divorce, and her second marriage to Cody Herpin was marked by further instability. Jody's battle with addiction was public and difficult, leading to multiple rehab stints and a fractured sense of self. After years of battling her demons, she finally achieved sobriety, but the damage to her personal life lingered. Now 43, Jody has managed to rebuild her career, but her journey remains one of ongoing healing and self-discovery, always grappling with the complexities of being a former child star. Ashley Olsen played Michelle Tanner starting in 1987 when she was just 1 year old, sharing the role with her twin sister Mary-Kate. Michelle was the cute, mischievous youngest of the Tanner family, known for her catchphrases and innocent charm. While her character was adored by fans, Ashley's real life was fraught with challenges that came with early fame. Growing up in the spotlight placed immense pressure on her, and she struggled with personal issues, including the pressure of maintaining a public image and navigating her private relationships. As a young adult, Ashley stepped away from acting to focus on her fashion career, but the trauma of childhood stardom lingered. Her life, though relatively quiet now, is marked by the emotional scars of growing up too fast in a world that expected perfection. At 38 years old in 2025, she runs a successful fashion empire but continues to avoid the public eye, still struggling with her early years of fame and the personal toll it took. Blake Tomy Willo played Nicky Katsopoulos, one of the twin sons of Jesse and Becky, starting in 1992 at the age of 2. Nicky's character was playful, mischievous, and full of energy, bringing a youthful charm to Full House. Although Blake's time on the show was brief, his early fame set the stage for a life of fluctuating public interest. Growing up under the spotlight was not easy, as he struggled with the pressure of maintaining a public image while navigating adolescence. Blake, like many child stars, faced a decline in acting opportunities as he grew older, and he ultimately moved away from Hollywood. Personal life challenges further complicated his journey. Blake has kept a low profile in recent years, with little public information about his romantic relationships or family life. At 34 years old in 2025, Blake remains largely out of the limelight, continuing to live a life far removed from his past fame, with many of the details of his current life left in the shadows. Lori Laughlin played Becky Katsopoulos starting in 1988 when she was 24, portraying the warm, supportive wife to Jesse and a mother figure to the Tanner girls. While Becky's character was beloved, Lori's personal life took a dark turn in 2019 when she was involved in the college admissions bribery scandal. The scandal led to a high-profile legal battle, public disgrace, and the destruction of her once thriving career. Despite her attempts to salvage her reputation, the fallout was devastating, and Lori served time in prison. Her marriage to Massimo Giannulli, once a picture of happiness, was put to the test, and the couple's public image was shattered. The scandal not only impacted her career but also strained her relationship with her daughters. Now 60 in 2025, Lori is still attempting to rebuild her life, facing the ongoing challenges of her tarnished reputation and the emotional cost of the scandal. Andrea Barber played Kimmy Gibbler starting in 1987 at the age of 11, bringing to life the quirky, fun-loving best friend of DJ Tanner. Kimmy was known for her offbeat sense of humor and eccentric style, providing comic relief on the show. Andrea, however, faced her own struggles behind the scenes. After Full House ended, she struggled with finding acting roles and faced the difficulties of transitioning out of child stardom. Her personal life was marked by emotional turmoil, with a series of failed relationships that led her to question her identity outside of Kimmy Gibbler. Andrea eventually stepped away from acting, seeking a quieter life with her family. At 48 years old in 2025, she enjoys working on her podcast and spending time with her loved ones. However, the scars of her childhood fame and the pressure of living up to her on-screen persona remain with her, shaping her ongoing journey. Dylan Tomy Willo like his twin brother, portrayed Alex Katsopolis on Full House beginning in 1992 at just 2 years old. Alex shared the same spirited and endearing qualities as his brother Nicky, captivating audiences with his innocent charm. However, Dylan's journey after Full House was far from a fairy tale. After his role in the beloved series, he faced the same inevitable fade from the public eye that many child stars experience. Growing up with the pressure of public expectation weighed heavily on him, and the transition from child actor to adult was not smooth. Dylan struggled with the personal challenges of adjusting to life out of the spotlight, where his fame no longer shielded him from the complexities of real life. As of 2025, Dylan, now 34, continues to live away from the glare of Hollywood, with most of his life remaining private and out of the public view, leaving behind a legacy that is as fragile as it is faded. Gail Edwards played Vicki Larson, Danny Tanner's love interest, beginning in 1991 when she was 39 years old. Vicki was a strong, independent woman who brought a sense of warmth and stability to the Tanner household. On screen, she was a symbol of happiness and stability for Danny, but in reality, Gail's life was marked by deep personal struggles. Despite her professional success, Gail endured difficult personal relationships and a painful divorce, which left her emotionally scarred. She faced years of loneliness, and even though she continued to act, her personal life was far less glamorous than her role as Vicki. Gail's career never truly reached the level of fame she hoped for, and her struggles continued privately. As of 2025, Gail is 72 years old, living in relative quiet away from the public eye. Her life, while marked by career milestones, was overshadowed by the heartache of unfulfilled love and personal loss. Scott Weinger played Steve Hale, DJ Tanner's boyfriend, beginning in 1991 at the age of 16. Steve was known for his charming, athletic nature and his love of food, which made him a fan favorite on Full House. However, Scott's life after Full House was riddled with personal and professional struggles. While he did pursue acting beyond the show, his career never reached the same heights. The intense public scrutiny that often comes with being a child actor weighed heavily on him, and Scott found it difficult to find roles that fit his image after growing older. In terms of personal life, Scott's relationships have been marked by struggles with balancing fame and normalcy. He has experienced heartbreak and the challenges of maintaining privacy, especially in a world that is often eager to dissect the lives of former stars. As of 2025, Scott, now 49 years old, continues to live in Los Angeles, working behind the scenes in the entertainment industry. Jurnee Smollett played Denise, Michelle Tanner's best friend, beginning in 1992 at the tender age of 6. Denise was a sweet, friendly character who brightened Michelle's world with her kindness. However, behind Jurnee's on-screen innocence and charm, her childhood was filled with emotional hardships. Raised in the spotlight, Jurnee faced an industry that often exploited young talent. Her family life was tumultuous, with the pressures of her parents' marital struggles weighing heavily on her. Jurnee's career began at an early age, but with fame came isolation and deep emotional tolls that would haunt her throughout her life. As of 2025, Jurnee is 38, having established herself as an accomplished actress, but her childhood fame was marred by the personal tolls that shaped her adult life. The scars of being thrust into the industry at such a young age left her with emotional wounds that she continues to heal from today. Taj Maui played Teddy, Michelle Tanner's loyal and fun-loving best friend, starting in 1991 when he was just 5 years old. Teddy was the joyful companion who brought smiles to the Tanner family, but Taj's real life wasn't always filled with laughter. Raised in the entertainment industry, he struggled with the pressures of fame at such a young age. His career was often overshadowed by his older siblings' success, leading to feelings of inadequacy and a sense of being lost in the shadows of others. His personal life, though not widely publicized, was filled with the emotional toll of growing up under the intense scrutiny of Hollywood. As of 2025, Taj is 38, still working in the industry, but his life has been a constant battle with his sense of identity and the painful memories of his childhood fame. Despite his achievements, the emotional scars from his younger years continue to affect his personal and professional life. Who's your favorite character from Full House? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.